Awesome. Hello, everyone. Jessica here to interview Isabel. Isabel is a part of the community that I'm in with Self-Perfected and Techno Tutor. Isabel has been taking on more and more responsibility since the day I met her. And it's been really cool just to watch her walk her process of, you know, seeing the reactions that she has and not accepting those anymore and redirecting herself and working through those points. It's just been really cool to see. So I'm excited to have Isabel here today. Isabel is here for a very special reason, as she is in preparation mode, and I'll let her just explain a little bit of what she's up to. Isabel, go ahead.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the introduction. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited because, everybody here in the group is so young and they're always talking about preparing to be a parent. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a parent anymore because my son's grown. He's 29. And I say, until my son, he's in a relationship now. And so now I'm saying, oh my God, I got to prepare myself because I'm going to be a mom too. I'm going to be a grandma. So it's almost the same thing as having another child. So, the whole process and the patterns of working on yourself, which I was working on myself and my patterns of thinking and all of my thought patterns and like breaking all those other thoughts and reactions and triggers and emotional like child healing, from the traumas of my childhood, all that is what I've been doing.
Yeah. The prep for being a grandma. That's so exciting, Isabel.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
And what do you like, why is it so important for you to be prepping to be a grandma? Like, the parents are the ones that spend the most time with the child. What's your line of logic there with prepping as a grandmother? Because some people could say you don't have to prep to be a grandma. You know what I mean? So give a little of that perspective for everyone.
Absolutely. I think like with your mind, what you think about and what are you self-honest with your thought patterns. Any type of reactions that come up and you deal with it, or you don't deal with it. If you don't deal with your thought process and your reactions, it doesn't allow you to be present. So if I'm not self-honest with myself and I have all of these reactions that I'm not dealing with, I'm going to put that onto my grandchild. And it's all like a generational thing, a generational thing that's like it's unconscious because we're not aware of what we're doing. We just go in life and we're not thinking about these patterns that we have already made within ourselves. So we're bringing that up. I don't want my grandbaby to receive any of those patterns, especially if we're all doing the work. We're all in the process. If Christina and Drake, my son and his girlfriend, they're doing the work to prepare themselves to be parents.
Yeah, totally.
Then wouldn't that be much better for me to prepare myself to do that same process? Yeah, I'm so excited. Absolutely. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. So one of the words you used in there was the word being present. And I'd love for you to share with the group or with the audience, I guess, who knows who's going to watch this. Just share what is a story that you have of you interacting with the child while not being fully present?
Absolutely. When working with children, and I work with children, and so I have to always correct myself and do self-forgiveness, because there's all these emotions and reactions that come up, because those are it's like embedded in me from my childhood, and things will come up. And so in my self-honesty, like one of the things, like today, I left one of the parents' application on the counter where the child got to it, and the pen was right there, and she scribbled all on it. And the first reaction was like, oh my God, oh no. Like, like, oh, but then I was like, okay, that's what she's supposed to do. But what do
Yeah.
you think she was gonna do? Like, you left it right there. You
Yeah.
saw the pen. Like I was excited for her. But by being present, I was excited that the baby did that, because she's 1 year old, and like, wow, she knows how to scribble. But
Yeah.
that could have went a different way. That could have
Mhm.
went a different way if I wasn't fully present. Like, it's like when you take on memories from the past and you bring that reaction, you're not being here. Like, you're already putting on what's going to happen.
Mhm.
Or you're putting on guilt, or I should have moved it away, go sit down, or you shouldn't have did that. All those things are all reactions and triggers that you haven't really dealt with, that you're bringing on into the present moment. So you're not
Mhm.
actually being physically here, enjoying
Mhm.
the now. Like, this is like,
Yeah.
it's just such an amazing thing to be present, because
Mhm.
you're not having any memory. You're not attached to any emotion, anything from your past. You're having that experience, like, right now.
Mm.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain that. It's just so amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's so valuable because if you aren't present, then you're either comparing what's happening right now to something that you've already had happen, or to what you think it should have been, instead of just being here with it. And so it's never as good, because it's your imagination is always going to, quote unquote, be better or feel better than what the present moment is, because you're creating something that's not actually physically going to happen. But if you're here and not projecting all those memories, or that what you thought was going to happen, then you're actually just experiencing it for what it is and seeing it for what it is, and you're able to enjoy it even more. And yeah, I definitely see the value of supporting yourself to be able to do that with your grandkids, so that you're not, like you said, passing on that generational reactions and traumas to your grandchild. So it's so cool just to hear
Yeah.
that you're doing this process for that reason. I'd love to hear, like, what are a couple of the tools or groups or whatever that have helped you the most in this process of prepping to be a grandma?
Yeah. Well, I joined a group called Self Perfected. I
Okay.
think I think it was in May. I
That
want to say it
sounds
was
like
in
a
May.
pretty cool group, Isabel.
Oh
What
my God.
self-perfected, Isabel?
I want to tell you something. I honestly have never found such an amazing community of people
Mm.
like this group. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. Because I would just say, yeah, it's a pretty cool group. It's not one of the best groups, but actually it is. Um, to really connect without even actually physically, I'm only physically seeing these people. I haven't actually met them yet. I look forward to
Mhm.
meeting them soon.
Yeah.
But it's just such a warm community of people that are all in the same level of thinking,
Mm.
in the same level of thinking, of doing the same process and leveling up to
Mm.
be the best version of yourself, to do
Mm.
what is best for all. Like, that's
Mm.
wonderful. Like, it's not
Yeah,
about being
that's so cool.
selfish. It's about we all work together to elevate, to do what's best for all.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
totally.
all equal,
Mhm.
you know?
Heck yeah.
And like, I'm just so excited to be a part of that. And then there's a tool that I've been using called Techno Tutor.
Okay.
And every day I use this application, the software application, and it has helped me in all the areas in my life. Mainly for me, my biggest point is feelings and emotions, because I used to do everything based on feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
This feels good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. I'm frustrated. So I'm so frustrated. You wait till I get my hands on you,
Yeah.
or get out of the way. Look at this asshole driver. Like all these like feelings and reactions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have to tell you anything. You know, I'm gonna get my
Right.
money. You wait. I'm gonna get my money. So all of this stuff, I didn't know. Like really, like for me, the first reaction to not like face my feelings and emotions is like, I'm a robot. I don't have no feelings. I don't have any emotions. I'm just a robot. But actually making decisions based on feelings and emotions is robotic, because you're reacting the whole time and you don't even know. You're not unaware of all the reactions that you had. You're not taking any responsibility. You're blaming the whole world. You're blaming other people. Well, had he not said that, then I wouldn't have to clap back or go off. So I'm just like, I've been so self-honest with myself, taking self-responsibility on myself. And so the Technotutor
Totally.
has helped me with that. And the DIP process, DIP Light, you can go to DIP Light, look that up on Google that. I finished that. It took me a year, something that's 5 months, but it took me a year, but I did that. I finished.
Yes. Yes.
So, and that helped me to write. I never saw myself as writing. Never. I would have never thought I was writing.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to writing every day. I'm like, let me write that down. Let me see what comes up next. Because when you write, it's so much different when you're writing something on paper. It's like you and the paper. When you're talking to somebody, it's like your ego gets in the way. Let me see how I'm going to say that. Like, I can't say it like this. Let me say it like this. But when you're on the paper with yourself, it just comes out the way it's going to come out. And you start to notice all these things. Like, did I write that? Like, oh my God. Like, oh, wow. That's deep. Let me do some self-forgiveness on that.
Yeah. Totally.
And then I realize, a lot of realizations, and then just making commitment statements to how you're going to commit yourself to letting that pattern go. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have learned that without the community. The community going into the calls every week is just really, is powerful, because each call is like at least 50 to 60 people on the call. I don't know how many members there are. Yeah. There's a lot of members, but on each call, we average out about 50, 60 people. And it's just the good energy. Everybody's like hanging out Friday night, hang out at Zoom. Like, you're not hanging out on the bar drinking, or you hanging out with these people, and you want to hang out every week. I'm like, can you like not make that at 6 o'clock? Cause I got something to do on Friday night. Friday night now. Yes. So I just look forward to that, because it's just like, everybody has one goal, doing what's best for all, and then just helping each other elevate. Yeah. Love it.
So cool. Yeah, definitely. I definitely see how anyone who's preparing to be a mom could benefit from the things you just mentioned. So, or a grandma. So, if you could say anything to someone preparing to be a grandma, what words of advice, or what would you recommend to someone who's prepping to be a grandma?
Well, if you're prepping to be a grandma, and the first thing you do is make sure you have your mind right. And the mind is a very powerful thing, where you realize it or not. All of your thoughts, every single thoughts, you need to start out questioning them. That's how I started out. Do I really believe that? Do I really think that? And you need to to take the responsibility, be honest with what you're thinking, and don't just brush it off. And just reach out to Jessica, to me, to Drake, anybody.
Yeah.
And we have the tools that will help you get on the right pattern. But you definitely need to be proactive in working and being aware and being conscious of what exactly are you thinking, what your thoughts are, and all the reactions and the triggers that you're having, and not just brush it off and say that it's not for you. Try it out. You'll see. Yeah, try it out. If you don't believe me, just walk the process. Just do it for 2 months and see. Because you just said to make a like when you want to do something, you give it 3 weeks, and that's how you create, a pattern.
Yeah, absolutely.
To create a habit, it takes 3 weeks to create a habit. 1 to break it, 1 day to break it, 3 weeks to create it.
Yes.
So yeah, give us a month or 2 and see if it works for you. And I'm sure that you'll just be blown out of your mind.
Definitely. I agree, Isabel. That's super powerful. That it's like, if someone says, like you mentioned, that's not for me, and they haven't tried it out, you are lying to yourself. You're not willing to investigate everything in that moment. And that means that your life isn't going to be fulfilled. If you're not willing to investigate everything, if you're not willing to even just try, it's like, then what's worth living for? If you're not even willing to put yourself out there, to try the things that are actually highly impacting those around you. And you can see evidence of that through their words and their actions and just what it's produced in their life. You're robbing yourself of potentially drastically changing your life. So kudos to you, Isabel.
I just think also if you ever in your whole life experience depression, if you ever in your whole life experience any type of situation, give Technotutor, DIP, Self-Affected, anything that you want to do, that you want to achieve in your life, the best. If you ever want to feel like you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to be better than what you are, if you want to elevate, you want to evolve into something more, check out Self-Affected, DIP, Technotutor, all of that. You'll love it. We're all here. We have a good time.
Oh yeah.
We love. You want to know what love is? You want to know what you want to know every single word, and to actually know and communicate effectively with other people. And you want to know how to communicate with people, to respond and not to react. If you want to know what that really is all about, if you want to know what it is to love yourself so that you can love others, because you can't give what you don't have.
Right.
You can only give what you have at the level that you have. So it's easy to say you love somebody when they're nice to you, but whatever is in here comes out. So if you have reactions, and if you can be angry just as much as you can be angry, then that's something to investigate. But if you want to be pure love and authentic to who you really are, and to experience that, and to be fully present, like really be present, because you hear all these things, all these memes and all these sayings, but if you want to really know what that is, to live your life to the fullest, and to only care about what you thinking, how you care about you, and not worry about other people, not be a people pleaser. You probably say, I'm not a people pleaser. But if you really think what people say is just a little teeny bit, then you're a people pleaser. But if you want to get real with yourself, and you want to know if you're getting real with yourself, try it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Isabel, you give it to him. I love it. this has been really fun, Isabel. It's been so cool to watch you grow and then now be in this position where you get to prepare to be a grandmother, and just to see how much responsibility you're willing to take within that. It shows how effective your grandchild is going to be already, because it's going to be surrounded by so many effective people, and that is huge. That's a part of what we're building here, is to actually surround children with effective people who are willing to show them and explain to them how the world works, instead of just project all their reactions onto them. So
Yeah.
Isabel, that's amazing.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for your support, because you know, if it wasn't for your groups, your women are walking group, that's another group, that's a very powerful group. If it wasn't for that, and for everything that you've given, because you've given us so much, and you've given us so much of your time, and you wouldn't, if people want to know what really love is, that is love. So you're giving us love. So I really do appreciate you.
Thank you, Isabel. Isabel, it's been great to chat. I think we'll leave it here. And if anyone wants to hear more, reach out to Isabel, reach out to me. We're building a community of the most effective people in the world. And we're going to change the world. We're going to be the next 1%. So, and the next 1% of the next 1%. Like,
amen.
Top of the top.
That's what's up.
That's what it takes. Let's go. All right. See you guys.
All right.